and we all being tuned up to,
And
we all being tuned up to engage in chaos. We all being tuned up to be angry, to be divisive, to be hateful. You notice that people don't even love their own children, their own parents, their own, siblings. It's like everybody is at odds with everybody. But guess what? It is written already. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it be. I be Noir A.D, your host of This Is More Than Just Life. And please, my co-host sitting right over there. Please let them know who you be, man.
what's up? This is Shalo South, man. How y'all doing today, family?
You better know it. You better know it. Yeah, man. How you feeling today or this evening?
I'm blessed, man. It's been a rough one today, but I'm blessed. Made it through it.
Yes,
Made it through
indeed.
it.
Yes, indeed. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. You better know it. So, you know, it's an interesting time, right? We was up here and we was looking at the update for what's going on in this Iranian conflict that Trump has seemingly tossed the US and I'll say the United States of America into something that we were not necessarily consenting to as American citizens. And it's actually pretty evident. But we were going over some of the bullet points. And we were like, yeah, this is a perfect time to go ahead and just hit record, just in case for anybody that might be tuning in. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe as well. We are in build mode, so you do want to go ahead and tap in right about now, right? So we can get that algorithm triggered and let it know that yeah, this needs to be pushed out to as many people as possible. So anyway, we were going over the bullet points of the New York Times update on the war as they're dubbing it once again, the war in the Middle East, because why not, right? Recycle what is already there. So it's been quite a few bombardments. The Israeli bombardments, they hit the capital of Tehran on Saturday, and you know, uh, there's been a lot of just back and forth going on. This is from the Iran-backed militias and Israeli forces and whatnot. Going back and forth with rockets and drones, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, the majority of the time, the people that actually feel the effects are the ones who don't have access to either the rockets nor the drones. It's the civilians who often feel the effects more so than anybody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You decide to go to war. You decide to make these plans and attack these people. It's chaos for us. It's not good for us.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't think too many people are in agreement. Like it was talking about let me see here. It was talking about because like 13 American service members have been killed, and that is very, very tragic. Very tragic already. And even if they weren't gunned down or some horrific type of way of perishing, they perish while doing their job, period. And like we were just discussing, they they would still be here had this decision not been made, which was clearly against the consent of the American citizens. And while we look at the 13 American service members who lost their lives, like the death toll, I believe in all for the civilians of Iran have been 1,348. Um, let's see, in Lebanon, 826. And other than that, over 2,000 people injured in some type of horrific way. Um, yeah, and this is way out of pocket.
Not for
Every
him.
Oh yeah, no, not for him. That it's in the pocket
And
for him, right?
what's what's crazy? I ain't even try to cut you off. That was
No,
crazy
go ahead.
is this man is expected. He wants some of this. He wants this chaos,
Yeah,
and he wants
yeah,
us to suffer and pay for
yeah,
it. You know,
yeah. And we are paying for it,
and we're
like
gonna pay for
literally and figuratively.
it. And oh, this, this man is digging a hole for us, boy, and we're getting deeper.
I agree.
And he had a whole, and to have a whole group of people that supports him is just wild.
And you know what? He's starting to receive some backlash even from them because a lot of this just isn't making sense to
Yeah,
them,
that's
which it,
true. That's true. I seen some of that too. Yeah, you're right. That's
so
true.
I'm
I
gonna
seen that
say
from the
this.
beginning. Uh,
Them oil prices. I mean, the gas prices. That's what's making them wake up like, whoa, what you doing? We didn't sign on for this. What's your point over this now? And they're not the answers that are given. The answers that are given are not um adding up. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at, see, yeah, it's saying right here, it says oil shock. The Trump administration has struggled to sell the war with Iran to a skeptical American public, including Mr. Trump's own right wing supporters. His advisors appear to have miscalculated how severely Iranian retaliation could disrupt global energy markets. In part, as a result of the Iranian blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, oil prices have risen by more than 40%, defying efforts to calm markets. On
yeah,
Saturday, U.S. gasoline prices jumped again to a national average of $3.68 a gallon, according to the AAA Motor Club, an increase of 23.5% since the war began. Yeah, he's not he's not receiving the favor that he once had with his own people, you know, and rightfully so. So I mean,
yeah. I be speechless sometime about himself. And this guy
well,
here, man, he's
the thing is, it's just all for a distraction. That Epstein stuff got him, got a lot of people nervous and whatnot. So, the Venezuela thing didn't really work. So he's like, no, I need to kick this off. And when I kick it off, it need to be a power grab at the same time. It needs to be a shift, a regime change as well. So he's just using that, all at the same time. Like, hey, we're gonna use this war as a distraction and get her done. But it's not working. People are not swayed to get off of the Epstein list thing because it's some horrific stuff going on, and it's now being exposed, and nothing is going to shut that down. Even wars
No.
with the rest of the countries. It's not going to shut that down because it ties into so many things that affect globally. But yeah, man, that's where we are with this Iran conflict. And I mean, like I say, I don't think too many people consent to this, but uh again, until people actually learn to stand up for their rights and demand transparency, demand oath compliance more than anything, because they swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America. And we don't, as a people, we are the ones that hold that authority to enforce that they comply with their oath. That's all the way up to POTUS, the president of the United States. That's all the way up. If they're a public servant, that's what it is. But we don't step into the fact that we have God-given rights that should not be trampled upon. But when you're cowardly, then you have this. Then you have to give up your sons and daughters to be blown to bits, shot down, plane, helicopter, or whatever craft crashes, all types of firefights, all types of stuff. You got to give up your sons and your daughters for this type of mess. And you got to give up your tax money for this type of mess.
And
You
you
feel
pay
me?
for it.
Yeah, because you pay for it. How you like that coming out your pockets? How that make you feel?
You asking a question?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
shoot. Shit, I don't think the people can answer you, but right now, you know how it make us feel, man. That's frustrating,
Mm-hmm.
frustrating, stressful. We got to get up and go to work every morning or every evening, whatever time you got to be there. You got to work for yours, and he make decisions where it affect our pocket.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, man. Yeah,
I never
that
been a I never been a fan of his. I never liked his attitude. And every time I hear him talk, it's like he cocky, the ego.
yeah, I mean, he's always been that. I
So,
mean, he just
I,
brought it to the political forefront, you
and
know.
now, yeah,
But hey, we'll see how this day by day we're going to see how this goes, right?
hey, man, I have a every as we going through this, we remind me of a dream I had, and a few days ago now, right? The
Okay.
crazy thing, I don't. Let me see. I don't often dream a lot. That scares me a little bit.
Yo,
There's a certain
same here.
right. So,
Same here.
and what I was dreaming of, I don't really wasn't on my mind like that. I wasn't even thinking of that. I go to bed, I try to talk to the Lord. I try to pray. My last thing, my last things of my mind is trying to communicate with the Father and doze off
Right.
from there.
Right.
I'm in, I'm in this deep sleep and a dream come across. Riding down the street, me and my lady, me and my wife, and we getting closer to the beach down here. I don't even know if we was getting off work, where we was even coming from, but we headed to the beach and I see the jets. I don't know if she paying attention. I see they airplanes coming. They just start shooting. Yeah, I see some ships just come out of nowhere. They start shooting at the jets to try to stop them from coming their land. They come in. Now this ain't over there in Iran. Now this is over here in America. This is over here. So
Right.
they come in.
Gulf
They
Coast.
come. They on the coast. Yeah, they coming across
Yeah.
the water on the coast. I'm seeing the shower of bullets and bombs. So I'm telling my wife, man, turn the car, turn. We ain't getting hit. I'm like, damn, we should be getting hit. We should be getting lit
Yeah.
up right now as we get close.
Right.
So now as we get close, she's in a yoke. She trying to turn, and they over us now. Bullets and bombs, bullets. So I'm like, dang, we ain't getting hit. It's crazy. Now they falling. I'm like,
Right.
it's impossible because one bullet from them,
Yeah. It do
one,
some. Yeah.
one,
It's gonna go through something. A
it's,
few things
it's gonna tear that
and do
car
some
up, right?
damage. Yeah.
We ain't get we didn't get touched by the bullets. The car, I don't even know. After that, something woke me up. My alarm clock went off. So then it just
Yeah.
woke me up from it. I was trying to figure out what, but it felt so real that I guess when I started saying why we not getting hit, I started questioning that, and it woke me up.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right. I think.
it was just so real, man. And I don't dream so like that. I don't even dream nothing like
Yeah.
that when I do dream. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If I do catch a glimpse of a dream, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
And the
No.
last one I did have, that was years ago. I think, shoot, I don't think my son was born yet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like that as well. I don't. What? Look, I'm not gonna say I don't dream. I'm gonna say I don't.
I
I
don't
don't
dream often.
remember
Like,
my dreams. Like
I put it like that.
if
I
I
don't
if I
remember them.
remember my dream, it was an impactful dream. And the dreams that I
Yeah,
remember
I say
them
it
to
like
this
that.
day. You know what I'm saying?
Because the
So
ones
it's
I do remember, I would say it like that. I dream some dreams, but when it's
the
like that, it
ones I
impact me.
remember. Like, yeah, when I
I
wake
don't
up,
have.
I remember it.
I had one
um,
more that did that to me.
yeah,
So,
yeah, that it's interesting you would dream that dream because I mean, right now you live on the Gulf Coast and you know what was being done just as of last year with like China doing their workups and you know just a few nautical miles away from there, so to speak, and where we are today with things, as the these various wars and conflicts are kicking off. Um, it's interesting that you're dreaming these types of dreams,
and I had
and
that kind of dream, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, um,
I just feel I was holding on to it, but it keep coming across my mind, so I don't even know. I might need to share this.
yeah,
Probably have to
yeah.
share this.
You know, and that segues into another topic which speaks to the times that we're in. And I know a lot of people don't like to think about this, but you can't help but to notice that prophecy, biblical prophecy, is unfolding
Right
every
here.
single day.
Mhm.
Every single day. And you know, you were talking about this dream, and it just, as I'm listening to you, it makes me think of, and you know, I had pulled up the scripture. It makes me think of a scripture. Uh in Hebrew, it's Yoel, but Joel. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick. Okay. So right here, Joel or Yoel, chapter 2, verses 28 through, matter of fact, it's 28, but I'm gonna read 29 as well because they go hand in hand. If it gone and get to it, but you know what? This might take forever to try to do that. So, and then,
Yeah, man.
hold
So
on.
with that, I've
So
been holding on to that one, and I better share this with people because somebody out there might having the same or interpret it, and what these things could be. But it could be it. I don't take some dreams lightly. This ain't
like okay, this is what it made me think of. It says Joel chapter 2, verse 28. It shall come about after this that I shall pour out my spirit on all mankind, and your sons and your daughters will prophesy, and your old men will dream dreams, your young men will see visions. Um, it talks about the Most High Spirit being poured out upon us in these last days. Um, I went to three. Oops. But we are in that time because a lot of people who are believers and those who have who the Most High is calling, who Yahushua is calling, and whether they resisting or not, that you still called for a purpose. He designed you for that. And these are things that cannot be ignored because, again, biblical prophecy is unfolding every single day. And it's ramping up every single day. You can align this stuff with biblical prophecy. It's no joke. So I really look at all these things, and I know a lot of people when they hear end times, like the non-believer is going to think about the non-believer is going to think about the non-believer is going to think about destruction, and it is going to be destruction, because
gonna be.
things have to perish, things have to pass away, for the new. Uh, but for us who believe in the return of the Son of Yahweh, we shouldn't be fearful in doing all that. I mean, we should have reverence, but we shouldn't be all fearful like the Gentiles are. Let me just stop this right now. Let me just stop this right now. Anyway,
What happened?
but yeah, it is just slow and the whole nine. But um, those of us that are believers should actually be taking this time to tap in to the Most High because getting our relationship right with Christ, because we can't say we ain't seeing the signs. Sure, we saw the Euphrates and the Tigris dry up. That ain't never happened before. I was telling me and my mother was having that discussion. She's like, she's saying what most, the prior generations will say, most of them, oh, well, that happened in our day. It's not that it didn't happen, and it doesn't mean that it isn't the end times. It means that it's different stages of it. But there are things that have not happened, such as the Euphrates drying up in the Tigris. That ain't never happened before. And it's biblically, it's part of biblical prophecy that when that happens, there's going to be, now it's time for you to get ready. Now it's time for you to get ready. because the return
You
is
know,
nigh, which means near for people who don't know.
you know where we messed up. Uh, as we was growing up, we always heard we're in the end time. You know what I'm saying? We're in the last days.
Mm-hmm.
We now grown kids. Our kids are grown.
Mm-hmm.
So some are like, what end time? They still don't believe. You know what I'm saying? So when they start seeing these actions, these excuse me, they start seeing all these actions as the Bible speak of happen. That's when they're
Right.
gonna start believing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when things like, oh shoot. Now you gotta also we have to also remember that we do have an enemy that got us blind, that some things you're gonna see and still not gonna accept the spiritual.
Absolutely.
So, you
That also says don't rely on your own fortitude. Your flesh ain't gonna be able to manage this one. This is a spiritual battle. It's always been,
always been.
and the culmination of all the prophet of all the prophecies that have been written and that are documented biblically and have come to pass and are coming to pass. Don't disregard it. Don't look at these wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and scoff at it. Don't think, ain't nobody trying to hear that.
That's that
That's
backwards
when
stuff.
that that's when Hosea 4:6 comes to full manifestation. My people perish for lack of knowledge. It's not just that bomb being dropped or that gunfight happening. It's a lack of knowledge and understanding, and then the application of wisdom, which comes from the Most High Yah. So, I'm not really gonna go too deep into it, but please, you got Google, and I'm talking to everybody who's checking this out. We appreciate you for doing so. You know what I'm saying? Checking out This Is More Than Just Life as we do our thing. But we serve the Most High over here.
Yeah,
We
over
serve
here.
the Most here. So, and we follow the way, which Yahweh Shai is the way, the truth, and the life. So, um, take this time to get right with He who not only can destroy your body, but can destroy your soul and cast you in hell. Because
Yeah.
you're supposed to be paying attention. The word says we're supposed to be paying attention to the signs, so we'll know that the time is near of His return. We ain't gonna know the time, we ain't gonna know the date, but we know that through these signs happening that He said this would be, and the prophets even wrote this down. And it is written for us to read, for us to see, for us to consume. Take this time to get right with He who can who can not just kill off the body, but has the power and the authority to cast the soul in hell. And it's not no doomsday thing. This is for real. He don't want to do this. He'd rather
It's,
have it that everybody
it's
be saved.
yeah. He didn't want to do them. When he had to destroy earth, the world, the earth the first time, it hurted him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't
Agree.
want to do that. He didn't want to do that. You know.
Right.
So it's like, excuse me, we the people We have to understand, we the people, that's us. We're destroying this
Yeah.
earth.
Yeah.
You understand? We've been used by enemy. We don't see it. We all met him.
Right.
But
Right. And some
we've
walk
been
hand in hand
used.
with him. But
We've been
yeah.
deceived. And that's why right now your neighbors, we don't even communicate with our neighbors no more. And I mean no more. So like
Yeah.
we're being used. So yeah,
Yeah.
we got
And we all being tuned up to
and
we all being tuned up to engage in chaos. We all being tuned up to be angry, to be divisive, to be hateful. You notice that people don't even love their own children, their own parents, their own, siblings. It's like everybody is at odds with everybody. But guess what? It is written already. He said that it'll be this way in these last days. You know, there was I mean, people are just like, you see, people, it don't take much for somebody to take a life these days. And we talking
not
about the
they not
youth.
you. It don't.
The youth, they don't, it don't, the drop of a hat. I know in our time, it was crazy then too. I mean, it's always been a heightened time for each generation.
Situation.
But this, at this stage right now, it's no holds barred. It's people are callous. Their hearts are callous. You know what I'm saying? They don't think much of a life. It's like a video game. It's like Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? They don't think much of a life like that. You
And it
know,
is. Yeah.
like they don't think
It's
much of disrespect like that. Everybody is, I got to check myself from like wanting to engage and participate in the chaos, like becoming, overwhelmed with the wrath of some type of atrocity, some type of wrongdoing that was done against an innocent person or something like that. Like a lot of this Epstein stuff does. It influences that kind of spirit to
yeah.
be to be angry, to be ready to kill or something like that, but like the story that we had spoken about earlier where it was a young white dude. I can't remember where this took place at. Where did this take place? I remember that was okay, I still got it up. It was a Texas teen, a racist grudge. Said white Texas teen called black dad Melvin Ray Rogers Jr. a nigger, hard R, and got slapped for it. Rightfully so. Then held a 3-month long grudge before firing 30 rounds from a rifle into his meaning Melvin Ray Rogers Jr.'s home, killing the 40-year-old father in his garage. This was in Nacogdoches, Texas. The young dude's name is Madison Mazel Simmons. He's now 21. This happened, I'm assuming like around 2020. So he was like a teenager, he was a young
Yeah.
teenager. Yeah. And he has now received 40 years for his acts. And it, you know, the blatant disrespect and then the audacity to go kill someone because they, checked you for your blatant disrespect. But see, that's something that's taught right there with, and that's what we got to check ourselves from, is teaching this type of hatred, because you don't know what you may, what type of fruit that may produce, which we know, if it's hatred, we know it's going to be wicked, but we don't know the brutality that that may cause for somebody, you know, as in this case, you know what I'm saying? Where it's interesting though, and just a little side note, it's interesting, at the time of the death, Melvin Rogers Jr. was 40 years old, right? Madison Maisel Simmons just received 40 years for his, you know, sentence. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't believe in coincidence, although I do believe in irony. And I look at the irony of that. And some people ask, is 40 years enough justice? Um, Considering his age, and again, like I said, he's being taught that kind of hatred, and you know, we could have a whole segment on that kind of thing. So I ain't gonna go too deep. But what I will say is that it I don't know if it's enough justice. I know that it is justice.
Yes.
That part is justice, you know. So I'll say that to that. But that goes to show how callous that this society is, even in our young people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's yeah, man, it's these end times activities that are going on, and you know, hey, I'm just venting right now, you know, just thinking about everything, thinking about the Iranian conflict that is spilling over. I mean, it's clearly into a part of biblical prophecy, but you know, I'm thinking about what you were saying in regard to you and so many others having dreams and visions, if you will, and me being a studier of the word of Yah. Yeah, I can't help but to see the alignment of it all. But this is a time for building a relationship, you know, with the Most High, you know, and tightening up on that relationship. And I think all of us could use it, you know, all of us, especially in this day and age, you know. So yeah, man. Yeah. It's good venting on that one.
Yeah.
Um yeah, man, it's definitely interesting to think about. And I know people tend to shy away from these kind of discussions. I don't. Like I say, I study the word. Um, I try to, you know, tighten up on my relationship with the Most High, but you know, there's always work to be done. So,
Always. Always. Uh, man.
you know,
Always. You
yeah, yeah, there's always work to be done, and you know, it's
know,
always a mission
even,
at hand.
we it's some in us that we all got, you know, you think you're doing right, you think you're good, you think everything on track. So now we all have, even you, Mr. Right, Mr. Perfect, So yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
judging thing, but we all got some ways to go, some far,
Oh
far
yeah.
ways to go,
Oh yeah. And
and
right
especially
now,
since we don't got so far away,
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely away
Always.
from following the Most High and following His commands. Um, I mean, I think people just need to return back to Him. You know what I'm saying? But in order to do that, you got to get to know Him. You know, and one of the easiest ways to do it is to talk directly to Him.
I was
You
gonna say
know,
that you know, we been brought that up in one of our last conversations about praying.
yeah,
And don't think about. I want to talk about that. Don't think about praying. Just conversate with him. Just talk to him. Don't
yeah,
pray. Don't think about praying. Just talk to him.
yeah.
Just you know, just let it flow. Talk to him.
Right. Like that's your father because he
Talk
is.
to the Father.
Yeah.
Um, you know, 'cause
But
that's what I like doing at night too. At times, I just talk.
yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people are concerned right now, but one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to uh put more value into put more value into your relationship with Christ, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who the world commonly knows as Jesus Christ, the Messiah. Um, and you'll have to go through your studies on that just to make sure you calling him by the right name. He wasn't a Greek dude, you know. He's a Hebrew Israelite of the tribe of Judah. So, you know, and that comes with tightening up the relationship with him. Is when you meet a woman, you are smitten with her, you tend to want to get to know her. You try to get to know as much about her as possible, even more so for the one who saved you. Even more so for the one who saved you. So, and his return
and
is near, so you better be trying to get right with him.
and you will be attacked. But
Absolutely.
just know you will be attacked. It ain't an easy walk. So, and
Mm-mm.
that's what makes some of us give up and turn away. So,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just stay in there. Uh, find a uh, find someone that you can that's trying to get where you at or already there, and reach out to them.
absolutely. Yeah,
To them
fellowshipping.
and
That's what
fellowship
fellowshipping is.
and don't let the
So
devil break you. That is a fight every day. I'm in that ring myself. Hey, that's why I say every night I talk to the Father.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, just to piggyback on the
Be a fight. There's gonna be a fight, man. Uh,
yeah, just to
gonna
piggyback
be
on
it's,
that.
forget the fight. It's gonna be a test. You're gonna be tested. It's gonna be tested. The power of the it's power in the blood. It's power in His name, and that's for real. I can tell you stories about that going up. Some
Right.
things from people.
And don't it's not necessarily about for those who walk in this walk, which we all should be. And again, if you're paying attention to what's going on, it's not a time to panic. It's a time to buckle down and become a lot more disciplined to recognize that these are spiritual battles that are taking place, and it's biblically prophetic because of that. That's why it is written in that sense. And as you going through this walk, the spiritual walk, some would say to enlightenment and all of that, um, don't think of perfection. Don't expect perfection. Expect correction. I'm gonna say it again. As you as you go on this journey, this spiritual journey, you know what I'm saying, to enhance your relationship with the Most High Yah and getting to know His Son. And of course, I'm speaking to believers and even people who just have a curiosity about it, don't know how to approach the situation. This is this is for us. If you feel like this conversation right now is just not for you, I get it. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a worldly conversation right now. But yeah, don't have an expectation of perfection. Have an expectation of correction, because that's exactly what you're gonna be going through is correction, because you're gonna have to strip away the lies to get to the truth. And think about it, we were born into the great deception. So the majority of everything that we grew up believing was the truth is a lie. And we're seeing that. We've been seeing this. So, and as you strip away, as you allow the lies to be stripped away, make sure you're immersing yourself in the truth. Remember, we follow the way, the truth, and the life over here. And there's only but one. And that's the Son of the Most High Yah. Don't let this stuff, these wars, rumors of wars, these famines, these things that are happening in the earth, such as earthquakes in diverse places, that they try to suppress this information, but it's happening. It is happening. But don't let it instill in you fear, and then that's what you embrace. You embrace fear as opposed to faith, which they are polar opposites. Pretty much the same energy, but fear is inverted faith. It's faith in evil, technically. So, like I said, this just got a good conversation between friends who didn't mind sharing with the world a bit of what we wanted to chat about, as much as we could, as much as we could, with consideration for the platforms and all of that, so. But anyway, before we get up out of here, you got anything for the people?
Yeah, y'all can find me at Shalo South, man. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and subscribe, man. Hit us up, subscribe, communicate with us. To come check us out and have fun with us. All cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, getting those comments. You know what I'm saying? Let us know if there's something in this conversation here that maybe struck a chord with you, and maybe if it didn't, let it be known. It's all good. Getting those comments, fire away. We do want meaningful conversation so we can keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And please, once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, as I just said, comment. And if you're not too much of your, full of yourself, too much of a hater, or just a suppressor or oppressor, then go on and share if you care. And just in case you didn't know, this is More Than Just Life. I am your host, once again, Noir A.D, and you can find me pretty much on every platform, as I state, at I am Noir A.D. All right. And yeah, I guess we out of here. Say what?